Hi there, I'm out today looking for some wood to make a Bowdrill set from scratch. Bowdrills at the end are brilliant when you see all the smoke issuing, and using this tiny little ember to make a big tinder bundle burst into flame. But there's a lot of work goes into making that set in the first place. So I've come to an area of mixed woodland to see what I can see. This hazel's got some cracking straight lengths on here, so what I'm going to do is harvest one of these and use it to make my bow. Now this is a good find, lots of dead willow, which makes an excellent set for friction firelighting. I'm just doing the nail test on the wood. If it leaves a little mark like this, it normally means it's going to be good. And there we go, result. Fresh wood makes the best bearing block for your set, but I've found a large piece in the river here that I'm going to try and use. Just looking at it, I think it's hawthorn, which is a hardwood anyway, although this is season, but it's very wet, which is good. Right, and now to work. I'm going to start by putting two big notches on my stick that I'm going to make my bow with. Once done, I'm removing my lace to tension the actual bow to get it into shape for when I need it. And now I'll leave it tied up round this tree until later. Now to work on the baseboard. A flat bottom, all I need to work on the top, and a thumb's width in depth. And here I'm just cutting the end off, which was slightly broken. And there we are, all ship shape and ready to go on the base. And whilst I think about it, I'll grab a shaving for the ember pan. And now to the drill. I've blessed with finding a really straight length, so that's not much work needed doing. Just a few knobbles to come off and some loose bark. And once that's done, we need to put a point on either end. For the drilling end, I normally make a long point and then take material off to make it flatter. One drill, wrist to elbow in length and about a thumb's width. For the bearing block, I'll take about a third of the material off, and then on the flat surface I'll make a small depression to receive the drill. There we go, all the carving's done. I've just got to cut the end off the bow and tension it. My usual knots of choice are the overhand loop and the round turn and 2 half hitches, and the bow traditionally should be from sternum to fingertips. And now to remove the excess length, it's better to leave that on and shape it than do it the other way round. I harvested some dry grass earlier for the tinder bundle. It was slightly damp, so I put it in my pocket, which will help dry it. And what I'm doing here is breaking up the fibres to receive an ember, and also trying to get rid of some of the moisture. I didn't have time to gather the whole tinder bundle, but the centre part is the stuff that I've actually gathered. So the large amount of prep that I alluded to at the start of the video is all but over. What I'm doing to the baseboard here is making a depression to receive the flat part of the drill to start making an ember. The drill's loaded outside of the bow's arc, and I'm just checking the tension's right. And finally we're off. This is just a process of bedding the drill and the baseboard together. It's not necessary to make lots of smoke and dust at this stage. And this is where spending that little bit of time on preparation really pays off. This set's running smoothly very, very quickly. And now to cut the notch. I like the thin saw on a Swiss Army knife for this. You're looking to remove a 1/8 pie slice, but think twice and cut once, because if you make it too big, you've had it. Once the little chunk pops out, you can just tidy it up with a knife, because you want smooth sides. And you can see here 1/8 of a pie slice, and underneath I normally flare the notch as well. So with the ember pan in place under the notch, it's back to bowing. What you're looking for is a good volume of smoke, and watching what the dust does. You want it to go from brown to very dark, almost charcoal coloured. Now I stop here because I can see smoke coming off the dust, which means it's self-sustaining, but I always lift the kit off completely in place, ready to go again if I need to. And here you can see smoke rising and a little bit of a glow. This is what you're after. Just leave the ember to coalesce to a coal and don't blow on it at this stage. Once you think your coal is ready, very gently add it a little way into your tinder bundle. It's got to be a balance between being able to give it oxygen and it to be able to touch material. And then what you do is gently blow, and when you take a breath, pull away, because you don't want to be getting smoke into your lungs. And you can see here from the glow on my face that we're close to getting flame. The large volume of smoke is also a good sign too, and what happens is just before it's about to burst into flame, the smoke somehow goes very smooth looking. And now to relace my boot, I always take it from the one that's going to have the foot on the board, because the one at the back will start to try and come off otherwise. Well earned brew at the end of that. We've had a lot of rain recently, so it's made that ember well earned. And can I just say, if you've watched this far, thank you.